This is going to be a very different video from the usual weekly Nintendo topic that I do on EmanCast every single week. And real quick, I'm going to address the title, The End of EmanCast. No, it's not clickbait, but I want to clarify something. This doesn't mean this channel is ending. After I talk about everything, I'll still talk about how the schedule's going to remain the same, and we're probably still going to do, like, what we're doing, like, with our weekly Nintendo topics, but EmanCast, the podcast, is ending. So, I'm going to just kind of talk about this, talk about the end, and what the plan for this channel is going forward. So, yeah. So, if you've been around the channel since its inception on July 2nd, 2022, then you will remember that this channel was originally a podcast channel. If you're newer to this channel, you probably know me for, like, me talking about random Nintendo topics. However, originally, this channel was a Super Mario Maker 2 podcast, where it was solo, a Mario Maker 2 podcast, where I would interview Mario Maker players, and it's been really fun. However, in the summer of 2023, due to the unpredictability of getting interviews, I started doing commentary like I do now, where I just talk about random Nintendo topics. I did that throughout the summer before ending it around September of 2023, and then on March of 2024, I brought it back, but more permanently, just because, you know, I thought it was fun. It's really fun to just talk about Nintendo topics, and I don't really have another channel to really do that, so I just like giving information like this, and it's just been really fun. However, unfortunately, the podcast for EmanCast is coming to an end. On July 2nd, 2024, actually the second year anniversary of the first EmanCast episode, we will be airing our final episode of EmanCast. It'll be episode 11, and it will wrap it up. And I know I've been, like, you know, teasing it of who we're interviewing, and I don't think I've actually said who we're interviewing, but the final interviewee of EmanCast is going to be Blizzard. Blizzard is a well-known multiplayer versus player. He's a super chill dude. I'm really looking forward to interviewing him. He's a super nice guy, and I'm just looking forward to it. So yeah, you can expect that episode to release on July 2nd, 2024 for the final episode of EmanCast. Now, why am I ending EmanCast? Well, there's a few reasons. For one, the unpredictability of getting schedules is extremely hard. I cannot, it's extremely difficult for me to get, like, these podcasts out at episodes out at a steady pace. For example, you may remember I did, when I had EmanCast originally, it was once every month, and then in 2023 we changed it to every 3 months, and then we changed it to every once in a while, and just whenever I get a new episode out. And you might have noticed we haven't released a single episode of EmanCast this year. However, this episode with Blizzard will be the final one. After that, there will be no more podcasts on EmanCast, and this channel will be reserved solely for commentary purposes. Now, because this is no longer a podcast channel, or it will soon to be no longer a podcast channel, we're going to be changing up some things with this. And I just realized that I mentioned how there were some reasons for stopping the podcast, and I completely lost my train of thought. So wrapping around to that, another reason why I am deciding to end EmanCast is because I feel like the format is getting repetitive. It's the same questions I feel like I'm asking over and over again, and I feel like that just is more of a repetitive viewing experience. However, I have tried to change up the questions for Blizzard's episode, just to make it a little bit more unique, just so it can kind of go out with a bang, and yeah. And those, I think, are the two main reasons I'm ending EmanCast, and also I've just kind of lost interest in the podcast. So yeah. Now, since this, the podcast side of EmanCast is ending, I would like to announce, some changes that are going to be coming after July 2nd, 2024. The name of this channel will be changed. I already know what I'm going to call it, but I'm not going to reveal it until, I'm ready to change it. The intro will obviously change. It says, as you can tell, it says podcast and commentary, but I'll still keep that up until, you know, EmanCast actually ends. And then once EmanCast ends, we will, change the intro to, I don't know, probably something like weekly commentary or something like that. I just thought I'd mention that as well. And you might notice that every single EmanCast video has just the banner, and I'm going to change that. When after July 2nd, that will be the last time we use the EmanCast banner as the standard, like, I don't know, like wait to see what's going on. I want to do, like, some other commentary channels play games while they commentate, and I think that's a good idea. It's a fun way to do, because I used to do non-commentary videos on my main channel, so I feel like that's a nice callback to that. So yeah, you can expect some either Mario Maker gameplay playing, or just any game for that matter, playing while I talk about whatever goofy Nintendo topic that I talk about. The schedule will remain exactly the same. Nothing is changing. It'll still be every Tuesday at 3 p.m. EST until I eventually, cut off EmanCast, or EmanCast for you. I'm still calling it EmanCast. I'm not going to call it the new name until it's time for until the last episode of EmanCast airs. So, yeah. I just wanted to make this update video just so it wasn't a big jump scare to everyone when the final episode releases, but it is, the final episode of EmanCast is scheduled for July 2nd, 2024, and I am very excited to release it. Blizzard and I are going to be filming the episode very, very soon, and I know this feels really early to talk about that, considering it's just a little under a month away. However, I predict that, a Nintendo Direct, there is still a June Nintendo Direct that it needs to air, so I'm assuming that's going to come out like within the next week or two, and I just want to reserve the time so I can fully talk about it. But knowing my luck, it'll probably be announced the day I upload this, and then like a lot of things happen, because Tuesday is such an awkward day to have EmanCast, because of all the gaming news that just comes out. Usually, sometimes it's on Tuesdays, sometimes it's on Mondays, and when it's on Mondays, it's perfect, because Mondays are actually the day I film these videos. So, yeah. You can still expect some, relaxed Nintendo music, or I guess I shouldn't say relaxed, but Nintendo music to be playing in the background of these, EmanCast videos after the podcast, ends. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your continuous support of EmanCast. It has been super fun interviewing all these people in the Mario Maker community, and just talking with them, and I'm so happy that we have made it this far. And I am very upset that, this is the end of an era, but unfortunately, I feel like after July 2nd, 2024, this is where the adventure will stop for EmanCast. If you are subscribed to this channel solely for the podcast, I would suggest unsubscribing after July 2nd, 2024, as there will not be any more podcasts on EmanCast. There will just be these commentary videos, and then the name will change. Name change will happen eventually. I just don't want to keep you guys in the dark on stuff. I just want to make sure you know that after July 2nd, there will be no more episodes. If you are still looking for a Mario Maker podcast of some sort, I do periodic episodes of the Super Mario Maker Show on my main channel, which is basically a series where I just kind of talk about random Mario Maker topics and just give my thoughts on them, similarly in a podcast fashion, but I don't interview people, and it's just me yapping, kind of like what I do on this channel, but mainly just for Mario Maker topics. So if you are interested in that, you can check out my main channel. That's going to be in the link in the description. But yeah, you can still expect some epic Nintendo topics to come out. And, yeah, I wanted to just say thank you again, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the final episode of EmanCast on July 2nd, and if you decide to stick around on the channel, I really appreciate it, and if this is where your journey ends after July 2nd, I totally understand. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I don't typically make videos like this, so I'm really hoping there's no big Nintendo topics that I'm missing. That's kind of why I released it in this time, but yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one.